D-Roy Cruz, your life applications officer. I did a bad thing. I was on Google. And I found out that there was some did some investigating, but I thought that it would be the same old crap. And turned out that over the last couple weeks, one of my favorite critics of my channel, he's been getting around. He made a video today that I thought would just be, I didn't think I'd watch it. I thought as soon as he started yanking, I'd turn it off. I watched 2 videos of his today, and they were both in the same place. He's been busy. He did another interview. And in this video, from now on, when I mention my critics, I'm not going to mention their names. I think you give them too much credit when you mention their names. You make them think that they're God or something. I'm not going to mention their names. You know what I mean? There's only one name that I'll mention even when I disagree with it. And that is Jesus, the name of Jesus. He gets all the credit in my life. He's the only one I look up to other than my mom and dad. I can't look up to my dad. He wasn't around for me to look up to him. But my mama was the closest thing to Jesus I ever met. My Uncle Freddie the second, my pastor the third. My 2 pastors, that's 4 of them. That's 4 people that I really look up to in this world. They're all dead. They're all dead except one, and that's Pastor Carmen, which has been on my live stream. I couldn't believe it. He's still alive. Once he's dead and gone, I'm going to just get out my 9 and start shooting some atheists. Just joking. Just joking. Just joking. This is going to be part 1 of a video series that I'm going to do. This should be 2 videos long. In this first video, I just want to talk about today. The subjects interlink with each other. I want to talk about you, my favorite critic in the whole wide world. And today, you became my favorite critic because today I found out that you, my friend, are not as flawless as you want people to think you are. And you give yourself more credit than people actually give you. And the subject here is people. I'm going to talk about people. As I go into the next video, I'm going to talk about people past and present and future. I'm going to talk about people, what divides people, what makes us all different, and why, what sin is and how we need the Lord to really, really, really balance everything out. There's no balance in this crap that you said today. No balance there. And there's no balance on what atheists believe about Christians. or people that I don't even. Okay, I'll speak up for all of us. For all people that they claim are religious, there's no balance. But today, I want to talk about the balance of sexuality. Yeah. First of all, you're really good at making me explain things that ain't your business. But since I went after your, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett relationship you got going on with your wife, I guess I'll put mine out there on the street too, for everybody to know. First of all, I'm only going to say this about my wife. Number one, I left her. I left my wife just like any man leaves his wife. Okay? Or any woman leaves her husband without committing adultery. My wife didn't cheat on me. I didn't cheat on her. Okay? We used to threaten each other with that threat, but we never actually did it. I left her. She didn't leave me. I left her within good reason. She wanted to be open about, some things. Not like you, not like your nonsense, but I was keeping her as a Christian from being who she really wanted to be. So she kept telling me over and over every time we had a fight. Okay? Her relationship with God was more about her relationship with me and the church. It wasn't about her relationship with God. She'll admit that to this day. But when her and I first divorced, my reputation went to the gates of hell. Okay? They threw my reputation in hell until they found the truth. When they found the truth, they all apologized to me. Okay? And understood that, if I'm wrong for leaving my wife, that's the only thing I did wrong. All the other stuff that was added to it, all the lies, that was not true. Come here. Who's that in the back seat? Oh, you didn't know my daughter's with me half the time. Okay. Let me go into the visor. Let me go in my window visor. Okay, what's this? Oh, you didn't know that my daughters are with me half the time and I'm paying child support. And that was just one of the lies that I had to prove to people that I was getting a bad reputation for. Like, I'm doing nothing for my daughters, and I'm doing nothing for my daughters, and I'm also not making my child support payments. How many men have been through this? Yet this guy, my favorite critic in the whole wide world right now. This guy is such my favorite critic. I talk about him in my personal life. I talk about him at work. And there's people on my job that know this guy. Oh my goodness. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. My marriage was nothing out of the ordinary, and my divorce was nothing out of the ordinary. And I don't know who in the world made you think that you're special because you've been married longer, as you keep saying. That's not a hill of beans. Especially after what you told me today in the videos that I watched today. That doesn't mean anything. You've been married longer, but you've been married longer based on what I've seen. I'll pass. I'll be the guy who keeps hitting and missing. Okay? Your 20 years of marriage, if that's what it is, don't mean squat to me. Because when you tell me what you told me today, after I'm not already scratching my head and pinching myself and tripping over my shoestrings trying to figure out how the heck, my wife had a past before she married me. It's not your business. And it ain't your business now that we're divorced either. It's not your business. Okay? And she didn't try to bring that past into my marriage, except for the baggage part of it that came from her relationships prior to me or before me. She had a lot of that. She'll admit that too. And she did apologize to me. And she did explain what the problem was. Why she gave me such a hard time during our marriage. Okay? It's understandable, but it doesn't put us back together. Why am I explaining this to you? Because you try to make me think, and you try to make my audience think that I'm weak or evil in some way because I went through a divorce. I'm divorced. A lot of the people that I know at work are divorced. They ain't Christian. My best friend, okay, who's a very, very tall, handsome young man. Well, he's not handsome anymore. He's about my age. Matter of fact, he's older than me. But he looks good for his age. He's still tall and handsome. Women go crazy when he walks around. When he comes around, he still ain't married yet. Almost got married once. He still ain't married yet. Now, you would describe that as gay, because he likes women, but he hasn't settled down with one yet, and he's older than me. To you, that's gay. The way I listen to you talk. Okay? Me, I'm no different. I'm divorced. I'm not ready to run in now, and then I'll say this. I don't feel that I'm perfect in divorcing my wife. Nobody, no matter how good they are, should feel that they're perfect. And divorce, God hates divorce. That's what the Bible says. But that doesn't mean that God banned divorce. That's a false religion. God hates divorce. That's biblical. But I've seen denominations, including my own. Well, not this particular one, but not my particular pastor, but many denominations within our organizations. I'll put it like that. You divorce your wife, or vice versa, divorce your husband. You're not allowed to preach in a pulpit no more. You're not allowed to evangelize, minister. You're not allowed to do anything, okay, as a certified member of that congregation. But this atheist here going to try to sit there and preach a sermon about me getting, well, this is why you're divorced and I'm still married. Some of the most pious, wealthiest, well-educated people in the world are divorced. And they don't have time to get on YouTube, okay, and their favorite thing to do, they can't even leave, they can't even get home and wait till after the wife cooks them dinner first before they go to surfing YouTube and creating these little hate speeches about all these different people. Today you did an interview. You had an interview with another of one of my critics, one of my most hated critics. Well, I wouldn't say hated, but one that I'm not going to waste my time on her. And after the way she was acting today in this little interview with you, I'm definitely not going to waste my time with her. Because like I said, I'm finding out what kind of people I'm dealing with here. Okay? And I saw the look on your face when she was interviewing you. You kind of look like Matt Dillahunty there for a little bit. Like, you didn't really want to do this. You're tired of talking about your pastime, what you call entertainment. You're tired of talking about it. But anyway, there's only one where I come from, and if you want to separate the two, yeah, that would be best. Separate them. Okay? I have a friend who has a relationship with his wife like you do. And let me tell you something about God. And this is really for the second part of this video. Everybody and everything that goes against, okay, the natural order of God, okay, suffers. Okay? Suffers. They really do. They suffer. Okay? They suffer. And eventually, they suffer. Sometimes you don't know that there's all kinds of creatures in the tree. You don't know there's a snake in the tree. You don't know that there's rotten fruit in the tree mixed with good fruit. Okay? You don't know what all's in that tree until you shake the tree. You don't know what all is in the tree until you shake the tree. Then you thought what you thought was just beautiful fruit and branches and leaves turned out to be something that made you run out of the forest and never come back. Okay? That's just like back in the day when I lived in the projects. I figured we in the middle of the city in the projects, what could be up there? And one time I almost got attacked by a raccoon. He was up in a tree above the dumpster. And I went up under the tree, and I was dumping my garbage, and he was on his way down the tree, and I interrupted him trying to come down the tree and go to a more cozier place, I guess. And I looked up, and that was the closest I've ever been to a raccoon in my life. I looked him right dead in his eyes, and his mouth open, and I ran so fast. But marriage works like that. You think everything is smooth until something or somebody shakes that tree. Okay? And, people in this world, like, I've been through adversity of people trying to come in between my marriage. And I've been, I go through adversity right now where people try to use women against me, and women trying to use men against me, and things of that nature. And that's one of the reasons why I stay out of the game. What I was going to say too is that right now I've chosen to be celibate because I really don't see myself with anybody right now. Maybe after I get to the place where I want to be. But see, to you, me talking like this don't mean anything, because you feel that because you met me, and because you met me in this background behind me, okay, and I was honest about some of the things that I'm not proud of, to you that makes me a victim, okay? And so you think that, or at least you want your audience to think, that all I need to do is make up for lost what? What is it that I'm losing or lost that I need to make up for? But I watched you today try to explain why you take your wife to strip clubs. And you really sounded like a cockamamie something trying to do it, because there's no such thing as a marriage that is worthy of any glorification where, okay, what's wrong with your sex life that you need to take your wife to a strip club? Do y'all need to take each other to strip clubs to get it wet and hard for each other? I might be divorced, but I didn't have that problem with my wife. When my wife was sexual, she was sexual about me. Okay? She wasn't sexual about anybody. Now maybe I was only married for 10 years, but sex wasn't one of my problems. It was always before sex that the problem was. And I got tired of having make-up sex. Okay? Why don't we learn to have a biblical marriage? Why don't we learn how to have everybody's not ready for a biblical marriage. And I was already a Christian when I met my wife. Something you said in that video you said that I said got you to know. I was a Christian when I met my wife. My wife hadn't been with the Lord for a long time. She was coming back because of me, for the sake of our relationship, but it wasn't really from the heart. Her relationship with God was with me, it wasn't with God. But deep down inside, okay, she was open, and she wasn't open to no extra sexual stuff since she was married, but she was open to other things like excessive drinking and drugs. Okay, she'll admit to that. That's in the past, though. I hope that's in the past right now. Okay, but there's two sides of the story. Okay, she can tell her own side if you decide to continue your conversation with her. I think you said something in one of your videos. You said something on the lines that you met my wife. You can correct that if I'm wrong about that, but I could have sworn I heard you say you met my wife. I think you was lying. That's what I think. I think you said that to scare me, but there's nothing to be scared of. I'm divorced. Okay? But yet, because of my daughters and my stepson, I know more about my wife than most people know, since I'm still one of her best friends. Okay? And I am the father of her children. 2 of them out of 4. And the other 2 still call me dad, because I'm the last one that was taking care of them. I'm the one they talk to on the phone every day. Okay? I'm the one that's going to come around Christmas and Thanksgiving and all like that. Lord forgive me, I haven't been though, but I need to be. But you're going too far with this trying to figure me out and trying to make, and this is what I know, this is, you defame people that are Christian. You defame people that are stand up about what they believe, contrary to secular demand. Okay? You try to find more to it. Okay? There's a lot of racist white people out there that have very functional families. There's a lot of black people out there that don't like white people, that have very functional families. There's hate groups out there that hate gay people that have very functional families. You need to separate. Okay? They're trying to figure me out based on the things that I say that you don't like, because I don't go to church with the people that I criticize. They're on a total another side of the track. I don't, hang out with the people you accuse me of having pleasures with. And last I checked, half the population of Christians now are calling themselves gay. So unless you really understand what's right and wrong about Christianity, don't come to me with this, something you said in this video today, what makes you excuse my French, a dumbass. In 2020. Now, maybe if you said this about 50 years ago, okay, it would have been, ooh, boy, you really hit me with one there. But something you said on the lines of, people, trying to put me in the very thing that I criticize. And it's funny how I've never seen, I remember asking a gay person a while back. Everybody he hated was gay. I said, well, who isn't gay? No, he's gay too. No, yeah. So, what's his name? Me and him get along. The only person I can think of is so-and-so. Oh, the dead guy. The one that's dead so he can't say nothing. Oh, he's straight. But the rest of us are gay. because we dare to say something. And this is the way it's been all my life. You know what I'm saying? When I was in Job Corps, preaching the gospel. Okay? My gay friends that I had would never ever accept the fact that I'm not gay. One did, as I was leaving, when I graduated. But see, this whole thing of trying to make these statements that don't match up because I go deep with stuff. And you know what? How come it's only LGBTQ people that would say that? The same stuff that I say in my videos, I've said to a lot of friends that I grew up with, and they would say stuff like, man, you're too deep. They never would call it gay. I said the same stuff that you call homoerotic, I said the same stuff to them about different, you know, groups of people and things that happen between people and all like that, that we all understand are way more than flamboyant here. They're big deal. Okay? They never said, oh man, you gotta stop with the homoerotic stuff. Man, are you gay? I don't know, D-Roy. I don't know. The stuff that comes out of your mouth, I don't know. But yet, you felt it necessary to tell your audience to get a point across to me that your wife was bi. Okay? Winston decided to come across to me. I said I wouldn't mention no names. This other queer boy said that he felt that, you know, he was helping the LGBTQ community in my aggravation by telling me that his wife was trans. I'm going to tell you, like you said, just like you're an atheist, so your topics are going to be pro-hate on Christianity. Let me tell you something. I'm a Christian, so my topics are going to be, you know, like you said, you don't give a rat's about anything Christian. I don't give a rat's behind about anything gay, homoerotic, lesbian, straight, well, lesbian, gay, non-binary, you know. I don't care about your stupid pronouns. Okay? But in closing, the video I did before this was fast and had more intel. I'm trying to remember everything I said in the last video, but there was something I said in there that, because of the way you take things, because of the way you put things together, I canceled that. I canceled that. But this is what I meant to say. You take your wife to strip club because both y'all like women. What if your wife said to you, I want you to go with me to see the Chippendales, where the men are taking their clothes off? Chippendales, from what I hear, are a bunch of gay men who love stripping. Well, most male strippers are gay anyway, but the Chippendales are openly gay, from what I hear. Okay? But they also, some of the Chippendales I've heard also do sexual favors for older women and stuff like that. I don't know if the Chippendales is still a ongoing concert or not, but You know, my wife back in the day before she married me went went to went to see the Chippendales. You know, Chippendales was one of her favorite things. You know, before she moved out of her old house and moved in with me, she had posters of the Chippendales in various places, but she never said, "Hey, sweetheart," even though she wasn't a Christian woman, the Christian woman she should be. She never said to me, "Hey, sweetheart, would you is it all right if I go to a Chippendales concert? You want to go with me?" She knows that my Christian hand might have slipped or something, or either that or I beat and slipped on a banana and fell down and broke my head and died. Okay. Okay. But you claim that everybody that dare say anything about the LGBTQ community is gay until there's no more gay people to say that they're gay. Okay? I'm not surprised. And everybody that is an advocate of this gay garbage, this LGBTQ garbage, wants to call everybody gay that don't support it like they support it. Okay? I'm not surprised. Okay? Everywhere I've been, from church to Job Corps to the streets to, oh, you say anything, oh, he gay. You know what I'm saying? You're always gay if you don't support gay. Okay? And if you're good friends with gays, you're gay again. You're never straight. Matter of fact, if you just listen to people talk about, the gay people talk about the difference between, gays and homosexuals, it's like you're either gay or you like gay favors. Or you like giving gay favors. Okay, that's gay. There's no way out of it. Okay? You cannot argue with these people. You cannot disagree with these people without being accused of being gay. Their favorite word is homophobic. I'm going to say it again. If transgender women weren't already sleeping with straight men, they wouldn't bother to be transgender. Okay? All the way going back to King David in the Bible. Going back to the books of Kings. Genesis, Leviticus, Judges. I can name a dozen books in the Bible. There's a spot in, I think, Hosea. Okay? There's always been men who fought their own, who took the gay people out of their city because, why? Because they were making the city gay. You people that are gay kind of lie about the whole thing. Why do you think gay people always go after straight people? Why do you think transgender people definitely more so go after gay people? I mean after straight people. Why do you think they do that? This is how it's always been done before you and I were born. It's how it's always been done. So what's wrong with being homophobic? Homophobic means that regardless of what I might feel inside, okay, I don't want to be that person. And I'm going to keep, this is what you don't understand about your sin and mine. I want to keep that under the blood of Jesus. I want to keep that. I want to nail that to the cross. That's over your head. You don't know nothing about that. But I'm not anti-gay because nobody can put on a dress or say something to me or show some panties or something or walk around naked or do something that might mess with my sexual ambition. I'm anti-gay because God is anti-gay. And as long as I'm not practicing homosexuality, it doesn't matter what you may think I feel inside or I'm thinking in my head. The other dumb part of that is, this is 2022. Half the Christian community is claiming that they are Christians when they are gay. So if I want to be gay and be a Christian at the same time, this is the time to do that. It's open season for everybody's little pecker. Okay? Whatever you want to do with it. Okay? So what are you talking about, man? Who cares what's going on in my head? Or what's going on in my brain? Or what I did in my past? Okay? All Christians have a past. Atheists claim they got converted to atheism, but they don't have a past. The beautiful thing about Jesus is that we all of us Jesus people got a past. This is how we know we are Christians, because we went from past to the present. Okay? And the future is so bright, let's not even go there. Because you'll kill yourself to get there when you think about it. When you think about it too hard. Okay? Jesus, take us out of here. But there's only one sexuality and there's only two genders. You know, that's what we believe. Okay? You try to talk all pious like it's always been. What? It's always been for the last, 2 years? What you talking about? No, it hasn't. Everybody knows. Your oldest child knows that this crap is new in 2022. We ain't always been marriage, as you put it, being whatever. No. Marriage has always been between a man and a woman in heterosexual holy matrimony. Whether they were Christian, atheists, okay, you know, Democratic or Republican, Satanist, Jehovah's Witness, Mormon, whatever. Christians have always, marriage has always been between a man and a woman in heterosexual holy matrimony. No third parties, no bi, no gay. You want to say, well, D-Roy doesn't seem to understand. D-Roy seems to understand what's been going on from the time he was born. He understands that when you're messing with the sexual revolution, and you're messing with the Bible, and you're messing with the American culture, the American sexual culture, if you want to put it that way, okay? He knows that you're messing with a big deal here. It's not just one of them things that you can just make normal overnight against everybody else's will. Who you think you're talking to? Your audience might be that stupid. I'm not. Okay? And I was going to say the last thing you said, but I forgot. I forgot. But I'll explain more in part 2. I'm going to do a part 2. This is people number 1. And I'm going to do people number 2. In the next video, it'll be more explanatory. You know, I'm going to break it down. And I can thank your 2 videos that I watched today. Well, one was yours, and the other one was Miss Boob Lady. I can thank your 2 interviews today for this material that I'm about to do. So God bless you. I am Delroy Cruz. I am your Life Applications Officer. Thank you for watching. More to come soon.